The sky above the United Earth Embassy complex was clear and bright when the alien ship arrived. People across the world watched the broadcast as a long silver vessel drifted down from orbit. It did not move like a human craft. It floated almost silently, glowing with a soft blue light along its surface. Everyone felt a strange mix of fear and curiosity. This was the first direct meeting with someone from the Dominion. Captain Aaron Blake stood on the landing platform trying to keep his breathing steady. He was tall, calm, and steady by nature, but even he felt the weight of the moment. Behind him stood diplomat Lisa Warren, a woman known for her calm voice and strong sense of judgment. They had been chosen to speak for Earth. They had been trained, briefed, and prepared, but nothing could truly prepare them for the unknown. A ramp extended from the alien ship. A figure appeared at the top, tall and thin, his skin shining like polished steel. His eyes were deep and cold, glowing faintly with pale light. His movements were slow but smooth, as if every step was planned with careful thought. This was the alien Negotiator. He reached the bottom of the ramp and looked at Aaron and Lisa with a long, silent stare. For a moment, no one spoke. The air felt heavy. Cameras from every country streamed the moment live. Aaron stepped forward and bowed his head slightly. "Welcome to Earth. We thank you for accepting our invitation to talk peacefully." Blinked slowly, almost like a lizard observing prey. "I come not for your welcome," he said. His voice was sharp and cold. "I come to see what value your species holds. The Dominion does not spend time on weak creatures unless there is something to gain." His words echoed across the platform. Lisa kept her face calm, though she felt her stomach twist. Aaron answered in a steady voice. "We are here to discuss communication and cooperation between our civilizations. We want to build a peaceful future." Tilted his head slightly. "Peace," he repeated with a faint hiss. "A word used by those who fear strength, a word used by those who cannot win battles." Lisa stepped forward. "Peace is also a word used by those who choose intelligence over violence." His eyes narrowed. "Intelligence? Is that what you call the weak tools your people use? Your ships that break under light pressure? Your bodies that fall apart from the smallest wounds? I have seen insects with stronger shells." The insult hung in the air. Aaron did not react. He had been warned that the Dominion considered insults part of standard negotiation. It was meant to unsettle the other side. But humanity had learned to stay calm under pressure. "We are prepared to discuss terms," Aaron said. "If there is something you wish from us, we are ready to talk." Let out a quiet, cold laugh. "Talk. If I wish to take from you, I would take. Your weapons are toys. Your defenses are thin. You ask for negotiation because you know you will not survive resistance." Aaron kept his voice even. "We ask for negotiation because it is the responsible path. Violence helps no one." Walked past Aaron and Lisa, scanning the platform with slow movements. "Your buildings," he said. "Your structures, weak, fragile, easily melted by Dominion fire. You stand before me like small creatures trying to look tall." Lisa felt anger rising, but she forced herself to breathe deeply. She had trained too long to let an alien taunt break her composure. Turned back to them. "My visit will be brief. If Earth wishes safety, you will provide resources to the Dominion, minerals, technology samples, access to your energy research, and you will offer obedience to Dominion rule." Aaron stepped forward. "We will not surrender our freedom, but we are willing to share knowledge and create trade if it benefits both sides." Laughed again. "Trade? You wish to speak as equals. You have much pride for a species so weak. You are soft. Your bones break. Your hearts fail easily. Your lifespan is short. Your minds panic quickly. You are not built to stand against true power." Lisa looked him in the eyes. "Strength is not only measured by bones." Stared at her for a moment. "You speak boldly for someone so fragile. You should be thankful I do not see value in crushing you. The Dominion has stronger enemies, more important battles. Earth is a side stop, a place of small interest." Aaron kept his posture firm. We ask you to respect our people and our right to choose our own future. Waved a hand dismissively. You misunderstand. I do not respect weakness, and I have seen nothing here worth respecting. Aaron and Lisa exchanged a quick glance. They had prepared for this. They had expected arrogance. They had expected threats. But hearing it directly, seeing the cold confidence in his eyes made it feel heavier. Slowly paced across the platform. I will review your request for peaceful relations, but I warn you humans, the Dominion does not wait long. If your leaders delay, we will decide for you. Lisa said, we will send a clear proposal within the next 24 hours. We hope you will consider it seriously. Stopped walking and leaned slightly toward her. You hope, such a small word. Hope is what weak creatures use when they have nothing else. Lisa's jaw tightened, but she did not answer. Return to the base of the ramp. Your world is loud, your air is thick, your technology is crude. I will leave now. I have seen enough of your weakness for today. Aaron tried to speak. We ask that you keep channels open for continued talks. Raised a hand, cutting him off. I will consider, but understand this well. If Earth refuses to give what the Dominion wants, we will take it, and nothing on your planet will be strong enough to stop us. The ramp closed. The alien ship lifted off the ground slowly, almost as if gravity itself bent away from it. With a flash of blue light, it shot upward and vanished into the sky. Aaron let out a slow breath. Lisa looked at him, her voice quiet. He thinks we are weak. Aaron nodded. Yes, and that is exactly why this is dangerous. They walked back across the platform, soldiers and technicians moving around them. Everyone looked tense, worried. As they entered the command building, the large screens inside lit up with updates from around the world. Every nation was discussing its behavior. Some leaders were angry. Some were afraid. Some wanted to prepare for military action. Others wanted to keep trying for peace. Aaron and Lisa entered the meeting room, where officials waited around a long table. The room felt heavy with concern. Report, one of the commanders said. Aaron spoke clearly. The alien negotiator believes humanity is weak. He thinks we have no real defenses. He believes we will surrender under pressure. Lisa added, he mocked our bodies, our technology, and our civilization. He does not see us as equals. He sees us as something beneath him. The room fell quiet. Finally, a senior leader spoke. We cannot let the Dominion push us into surrender, but we also cannot provoke open war, not until we know more. Aaron nodded. We need to prepare, quietly, and we need to finish Project Sentinel. If they decide to attack, we must be ready. Lisa looked at the faces around the table. He thinks strength is only physical. He thinks we have nothing else. We must show him that he is wrong. Outside, the skis looked calm, but the world had changed in a single day. Humanity had just been judged as weak, and the Dominion believed they could take anything they wanted. Aaron and Lisa left the meeting hours later. They stood on a balcony overlooking the city. Lights glowed below them. Cars moved through the streets. People lived their lives, unaware of how close danger might be. Do you think he will come back soon? Lisa asked. Aaron looked at the sky. Yes, and when he does, we need to be ready. Lisa nodded. Then we prepare, all of us. In the distance, the stars shimmered quietly. One of them might hold the Dominion fleet. One of them might be the point where Earth's future would be decided. Humanity did not know what would come next. But Aaron and Lisa knew one thing well. They would not let their world fall without showing what humans were truly capable of. They would stay calm. They would stay strong. And when the time came, they would reveal the power that believed did not exist. Earth was not weak. Just did not know that yet. The day after left Earth, the world felt tense. News channels kept repeating his words. People argued everywhere, from homes to government offices. Some believed Earth should avoid conflict at all costs. Others said they should prepare to fight even if it seemed impossible. No one felt calm. Captain Aaron Blake sat in a quiet transport shuttle as it crossed the city. The vehicle hummed softly through the air, moving toward the underground research facility where Project Sentinel was being developed. He stared out the window, watching tall buildings pass by. Lights flickered on as the sun dipped lower. Lisa Warren sat beside him. She held a tablet in her hands, scrolling through messages from the United Earth Council. "Everyone is reacting differently," she said softly. "Some are scared. Some are angry. Some think is just trying to scare us." Aaron nodded slowly. "He is trying to scare us, but he is also serious. We cannot ignore that. The Dominion does not make idle threats." The shuttle entered a large tunnel. Lights lined the walls as they descended deeper underground. The air changed, becoming cooler and still. When the vehicle stopped, armed guards stood waiting. They saluted Aaron and Lisa before guiding them through a security checkpoint. Beyond the checkpoint was a massive steel door. It slid open with a loud mechanical sound. Inside lay the heart of Earth's secret plan, Project Sentinel. The room was huge, filled with glowing screens, wires, and large metal structures. Engineers moved around quickly, checking systems and typing commands. At the center of the room stood a tall man with short brown hair and clear, focused eyes. This was Mark Hill, the chief engineer. He noticed Aaron and Lisa and smiled. "You're just in time. We have upgrades to show you." Lisa walked toward him. "How close are we to finishing the system?" Mark nodded toward the large screens. "Closer than we were yesterday. But after yesterday's meeting with that alien, we all rushed back to work. Fear is a strong motivator, but so is pride. No one here wants Earth to look helpless." Aaron looked at the massive device in the room's center. It pulsed softly with blue light. "Show us what it can do," he said. Mark led them to a small platform near the main control panel. With a gesture, he brought up several holographic diagrams. Lines of energy, shield patterns, and power levels floated before them. "Project Sentinel," Mark began, "is designed to protect Earth. Not attack, protect. It uses a combination of new energy channels discovered during the lunar research phase. These channels allow us to create a defensive shell around the planet, a kind of energy shield." Lisa studied the diagrams. "How strong is it?" Mark tapped the screen. "Strong enough to block high-energy beams, strong enough to absorb kinetic weapons, and strong enough to last long enough for us to respond." Aaron frowned. "But is it ready? If sends ships tomorrow, can we activate it?" Mark sighed lightly. "Not perfectly, but we can activate a partial version. It will not be at full strength, but it will still be more protection than anything we've ever had." Lisa crossed her arms. "We need to be sure." "We are working day and night," Mark said. "People barely sleep. Everyone wants to protect Earth." Aaron asked, "What about the power source? Can the generators handle something this big?" Mark looked at him. "They can, but only because Julia Brooks solved the energy flow problem last night. She figured out how to stabilize the system so it does not overload." Lisa raised her eyebrows. "Julia always finds a way." Mark smiled. "Yes, she is in Lab 3. I can take you to her." They walked through a hallway filled with cables, lights, and panels. The deeper they moved into the facility, the louder the hum of machines became. Finally, they entered a small lab where Julia Brooks sat at a desk surrounded by devices and glowing data screens. Julia was young but sharp, with quick hands and an even quicker mind. Her eyes lit up when she saw Aaron and Lisa. "You're here. Good. I need to show you something important." Aaron moved closer. "Mark said you solved the stability problem." Julia nodded and pulled up a hologram. "The energy system was unstable because the flow was uneven, but I rerouted it through a multi-layer channel. Now it is smooth. We tested it twice this morning. It worked." Lisa asked, "Does that mean we can activate the full shield soon?" Julia nodded, but slowly. Soon, yes, but we still need to test the upper layers. If one of them collapses, the entire shield breaks. Aaron rubbed his chin. We will need it ready, is not waiting. He could send ships any day. Julia looked at him with steady eyes. We will do everything we can, but you have to understand something. Project Sentinel was always meant to be a backup, a last choice. The best outcome is still diplomacy. Lisa sighed softly. He does not want diplomacy, he only respects force. Julia looked back at the screens. Then we must show him that we are not as weak as he thinks. Aaron walked to the window that overlooked the main chamber. He watched the engineers work. We have one goal, keep Earth safe. If the Dominion tries to take control, they must fail. And they must understand that humans will not be pushed aside. Mark joined him by the window. We are stronger than they think, but we have to prove it. Lisa said, we will, but we need to act smart. The lights in the room flickered for a moment as new generators came online. The giant sphere pulsed brighter. Every engineer paused for a second, then cheered quietly. Julia smiled. We are getting closer. Later that evening, Aaron and Lisa walked through the facility again. They visited each department, talking to workers and scientists. Everyone had the same expression, determined, serious, and focused. Aaron spoke with a younger analyst who was reviewing shield simulations. Are you nervous? Aaron asked. The analyst nodded. Yes, but I believe we can do it. Humans always surprise others when we are desperate. Lisa smiled. Not just when we are desperate, we surprise others when we work together. Hours passed. The night grew deeper. Engineers drank coffee, screens flickered, machines hummed. Everyone kept working. Finally, Aaron and Lisa returned to the upper level, where Mark and Julia were adjusting final settings. Mark looked exhausted. We need rest, but we cannot stop. Julia rubbed her eyes. We have one more test before morning. If it works, we will be ready for a partial activation. Aaron said, we trust you. Julia gave him a tired smile. And we trust you to handle. Aaron and Lisa left the lab and walked toward the exit tunnel. The silence between them was heavy but not uncomfortable. After a long moment, Lisa spoke. Do you think the Dominion will attack soon? Aaron responded quietly, yes. Lisa looked down. He thinks we are weak. Aaron looked straight ahead. Then we will show him our strength. The next morning, Earth sent a final diplomatic message too. They offered peaceful trade, scientific cooperation, and cultural exchange. They asked him to return for a second meeting. He responded within minutes. His words were cold. Your request is noted. I will send an answer soon. Do not mistake silence for mercy. The world held its breath. In the days that followed, things grew even more tense. Reports showed unusual energy spikes near the edge of the solar system. Satellite images captured shadows from unknown ships. People grew scared. Aaron and Lisa met with leaders again. Some leaders wanted to surrender. Some wanted to fight. Everyone argued. Aaron stood up at the table. We need unity. We cannot fall apart. If the Dominion thinks we are divided, they will strike faster. Lisa added, we must finish Project Sentinel. We must stay calm. Fear will ruin us. Slowly, the room quieted. Late that night, Aaron received a call. He answered it quickly. Aaron, Julia said. Her voice was filled with urgency. We finished the final test. The shield works. We can activate it whenever needed. Aaron exhaled. That is good news. We might need it soon. Lisa walked into the room. What happened? Aaron looked at her. Sentinel is ready. Lisa closed her eyes for a moment, relief washing over her. Good, we needed this. But their relief did not last long. The next morning, a signal appeared on Earth scanners. Large objects were entering the system, moving fast. Dominion ships had made his decision. Aaron and Lisa were called immediately to the command center. Screens lit up with red marks. Officers rushed to their stations. Aaron felt his heart tighten. It has begun. Lisa stood beside him, staring at the incoming threat. Then we show him what humanity can do. Far above Earth, beyond the moon, the Dominion fleet came closer. They had mocked human weakness. Now they would see human strength. The news spread across Earth within minutes. The Dominion fleet was entering the solar system. The images on the screens showed several large ships moving in a perfect formation. They were shaped like long, dark blades with glowing red lines along their sides. They moved with purpose, without hesitation, like predators approaching prey. In the United Earth Command Center, alarms flashed. Officers rushed from one station to another. The atmosphere felt heavy. People spoke fast but tried to stay calm. Everyone knew what was happening. It was no longer a threat. It was real. Captain Aaron Blake stood at the center of the room, watching the screens. His jaw was tight, his shoulders stiff. He had expected this moment, but expecting something and facing it were different. Lisa Warren entered the room quickly. Her face was serious, but her eyes were steady. She walked over to Aaron. "How close are they?" Aaron pointed at a screen. "They crossed the outer system an hour ago. They will reach Earth orbit soon." Lisa breathed in slowly. "Then we need to talk to before he starts anything." Aaron nodded. "We are trying, but he is not answering any peaceful channel." The main screen flickered. A red symbol appeared. Aaron and Lisa looked up immediately. "Incoming transmission," an officer said. The symbol changed to an image. Appeared on the screen. His silver skin reflected the lights of his ship's command deck. His cold eyes stared at them with a calm, almost amused expression. "Humans," he said, his voice smooth and sharp. "Negotiations are over. Your planet will now follow the wishes of the Dominion. You had your chance to submit peacefully. You refused. Now we act." Lisa stepped forward. "Listen to us. We want peace. We want cooperation, not conflict. There is no need for violence." Tilted his head slightly. "You speak of peace even when you face certain defeat. Interesting, but foolish." Aaron spoke firmly. "You underestimate us. We are not as weak as you think." Laughed softly. "Weakness hides behind words. Strength speaks with action, and my fleet is the action." Aaron's eyes narrowed. "We warn you, do not force this." Smiled. "I do not force anything. I simply take what is already mine. Begin the operation." The transmission ended. The room fell silent. Then everything happened at once. Dominion fleet accelerating, a radar officer shouted. "Weapons activating," another called out. "They are preparing a first strike," someone else yelled. Aaron took a deep breath. "Activate Project Sentinel now." The command was relayed immediately. The entire facility shook slightly as massive generators came online. Deep underground in the Sentinel chamber, the energy core glowed brighter than ever before. Julia Brooks and Mark Hill were there, hands flying over controls. Engineers watched numbers climb on the screens. Mark shouted, "Level 1 is stable." Julia checked her readings. "Level 2 stable." "Level 3 powering up." Aaron and Lisa waited tensely for the final confirmation. "Shields ready," Julia said through the communication line. "Activating full planetary coverage." A low, deep hum filled the command center. The lights flickered. Every screen shifted as the system connected globally. Then the image of Earth appeared. A faint blue glow began to form around the planet. It grew brighter, thicker, shaping itself into a complete shell of energy. Earth was covered. "Sentinel shield at full strength," Mark reported. Aaron let out a breath he had been holding. Just in time. Moments later, the Dominion fleet opened fire. Red beams of high-energy plasma shot toward Earth in long, straight lines. They were strong enough to vaporize cities, cut through ships, and melt steel like ice. But when the beams reached the blue shield, something unexpected happened. The beams hit the shield and spread across the surface like water hitting glass. Light burst outward in waves, but nothing passed through. Earth remained untouched. The command center erupted into cheers. Officers hugged each other. Some cried out in relief. Lisa stared at the screen, amazed. "It worked," she whispered. Aaron smiled slightly. "It worked better than we thought." But the moment of relief ended when appeared on the screen again. This time he did not look calm or amused. He looked shocked. "Impossible," he said softly. His voice had lost its confidence. "Your technology cannot block Dominion weapons. No primitive world has such a shield. How did you create this?" Aaron stepped forward. "You assumed we were weak. You assumed wrong. Humans are more than you think." Leaned closer to the screen, his eyes cold and narrow. "Show me your weapon. Show me the machine you used." Lisa responded, "We will show you nothing. We offered peace. You brought violence. We defended ourselves." His face tightened. "You think you have won. The Dominion fleet will not stop. We will break your shield." "You can try," Aaron said quietly. The transmission cut again. Outside, the Dominion ships attacked repeatedly. Plasma beams, energy missiles, gravity pulses. Every shot hit the shield and spread out with bright flashes. But the shield did not fall. Julia watched the energy readings. "We are losing some power, but the system is holding." Mark double-checked. "They can't break it, not before their ships overload from their own energy output." Hours passed. The Dominion kept trying, but their weapons grew weaker. Their engines overheated. Their systems strained. Finally, they stopped firing. A new transmission came in. Appeared again, but this time his posture was different. His shoulders were lower. His face was tense. "Humans," he said slowly, "you have defenses stronger than many advanced races. This should not be possible." He paused. "But it is clear I misjudged your species." Aaron stood tall. "We do not want war, but we will protect our home. We are not as fragile as you think." His expression tightened with frustration. "Your shield forced my fleet into retreat mode. We cannot continue without risk." Lisa said, "Then stop. End this before anyone gets hurt." Looked away for a moment, then back. His voice was quieter. "I will return to my flagship and speak with the Dominion Council. Until then, I will cease fire." The transmission ended. Silence filled the command center. Then relief swept through the room. Aaron turned to Lisa. "He is beginning to understand." Lisa nodded. He saw something he never expected. Julia called from the Sentinel chamber. "Shield power is stable. We can hold for days if needed." Mark added, "And if they try anything again, we can push them back." Aaron walked to the window. Outside, the blue shield shimmered faintly against the sky. It looked peaceful now. Lisa joined him. "Do you think he will return with more ships?" Aaron shook his head slowly. "No, he will return with questions, and maybe with respect." Because today, the Dominion had seen something they never believed possible. They had seen humanity stand strong. They had seen that humans were not weak. They had seen Earth shine with a power built not from domination, but from unity. And had learned a lesson he would never forget. Human weakness was only an illusion. Human strength was real. The sky above Earth was calm. The shield around the planet glowed faintly, like a soft blue curtain stretched across the atmosphere. People all over the world watched it from rooftops, windows, and open fields. They felt nervous but also proud. For the first time in history, Earth had stood against a great power and survived. Inside the United Earth Command Center, Captain Aaron Blake sat in a large briefing room with Lisa Warren and several officers. Everyone looked tired. Many had worked through the night, but no one left their station. They did not know what the Dominion would do next. Lisa tapped her fingers on the table. "Do we have any updates from their fleet?" An officer shook his head. The Dominion ships have pulled back into a holding pattern beyond the moon. They are not moving. They are not charging weapons. They are just waiting. Aaron leaned back slightly, thinking. They are deciding what to do, has to report to his superiors. He cannot hide what happened. Lisa nodded. They saw everything. They saw their strongest weapons fail. That will shake them. Another officer added, "We are still receiving small transmissions from civilians across the world. People want to know what happens next. They want to know if they are safe." Aaron sighed. "We will only know more when contacts us. Until then, we stay ready." Hours passed. Earth waited. The shield stayed bright and steady. Then, late in the afternoon, the command center's main screen lit up again. Incoming transmission from the Dominion fleet, an officer called out. The room fell silent. Appeared on the screen, but this time his posture was different. He did not stand tall and proud. His shoulders were slightly lower. His expression was not cold with arrogance. Instead, he looked thoughtful, even cautious. "Humans," began, his voice controlled and calm. "I have spoken with the Dominion Council. We have reviewed your actions and your defenses. We have also reviewed your previous offers of peace." Lisa stepped forward. "Then you know we did not want conflict." Nodded slowly. "Yes, and now I see that clearly." He paused. "I judged your species too quickly. I believed your bodies made you weak. I believed your technology was simple and primitive, but I was wrong." Aaron watched him closely. He knew this moment was important. Continued, "Your shield system is unlike anything our records have encountered from a developing world. It shows intelligence, creativity, and unity. These are not traits of a weak species." Lisa glanced at Aaron. They had hoped to hear something like this, but hearing it directly felt like a weight lifting. "So what now?" Aaron asked carefully. "Look down for a moment, then back up. The Dominion Council has decided we will no longer pursue force. We will not attack Earth again. Instead, we request a new negotiation session, one based on mutual respect." Lisa breathed out slowly, relief spreading across her face. "We accept." Aaron added, "But understand this. We will always defend ourselves. We prefer peace, but we are not afraid to stand our ground." Gave a small nod. "I believe that now." He paused again, as if choosing his next words carefully. "I apologize," he said, his voice quieter, "for underestimating your people, for insulting you, for assuming that physical strength is the only true strength. I was mistaken." He looked directly at Aaron. "Your strength is different. It comes from your unity, your stubborn hope, and your refusal to surrender. These qualities are rare in the galaxy." Aaron did not smile, but his eyes softened. "Thank you for saying that." Lisa asked, "When do you want to begin negotiations?" Responded, "I will return to Earth at sunrise tomorrow. Alone. My fleet will remain at a distance. I assure you there will be no aggression." Aaron nodded. "We will prepare for your arrival." The transmission ended. The room erupted into noise. Officers spoke excitedly. Some laughed in relief. Others quickly called leaders around the world. But Aaron and Lisa simply stood together in quiet silence. They both knew the danger had passed, but they also knew the work was not finished. Lisa looked at Aaron. "Do you think we can truly trust him now?" Aaron thought for a moment. "I think he has seen something that changed him, and I think he knows Earth will not be easy to control. That alone gives us a better chance." Lisa nodded slowly. "Tomorrow will be important." Aaron agreed. "Very important." The next morning, when the sun rose over the city, a familiar silver ship descended from the clouds. But this time, the atmosphere was different. There were still soldiers around the platform, but their weapons were lowered. People watched from a distance but did not panic. The ramp lowered. Walked out alone. He looked calmer than before, less proud, less sharp in his movements. He approached Aaron and Lisa slowly. Aaron stepped forward. "Welcome back to Earth." bowed his head slightly. Thank you. Lisa watched him carefully. This time, let us talk without insults. Nodded, agreed. They walked together into the meeting building. The room inside was simple and quiet. A long table sat in the center. Aaron, Lisa, and took their seats. Began. The Dominion now understands that humans are not to be pushed aside. We cannot treat you as a lesser world. You have proven yourselves capable and strong. Aaron said, we only did what we had to do. We defended our home. Gestured slightly with his hand. And you did it with technology no one expected. It shows your world is advancing faster than most. Lisa added, strength is not only about weapons. It is also about how we choose to use them. We still want peace. Nodded, that is why I am here. The three of them talked for hours. They discussed trade, knowledge exchange, travel rights, and protection agreements. Explained how the Dominion governed thousands of worlds but rarely met a species as unpredictable as humans. You are bold, he said. You fight even when defeat seems certain. You hold hope even when hope seems foolish. You are different from most civilizations we encounter. Aaron answered, we are human, that is who we are. Looked at him for a moment, then he said something unexpected. Your kind will go far. If you survive your own courage, you will become one of the strongest forces in the galaxy. Lisa smiled, we will try. By the end of the meeting, a new agreement had formed. It was not perfect, it was not final, but it was peaceful, and peaceful was enough. After signing the temporary treaty, stood up. I will return to my council with your proposals, he said. I believe they will agree, not out of fear but out of respect. Lisa said softly, that is all we ever wanted. Looked around the room as if seeing Earth differently. Your world is young, he said, but your spirit is old, older than many expect. Aaron extended his hand. After a moment, reached out and shook it. His grip was cool and steady. Safe travels, Aaron said. Nodded once, and may your world grow stronger. He walked out, crossed the platform, and entered his ship. The ramp closed. The engine glowed. The vessel lifted slowly into the sky. Aaron and Lisa watched it rise. Neither spoke for a long time. Finally, Lisa said, do you think we will see him again? Aaron smiled slightly. Yes, and next time he will approach us as a partner, not a conqueror. The ship disappeared into the clouds. The world breathed easier. Project Sentinel shut down slowly, its blue shield fading from the sky. People cheered across the planet. There were celebrations in cities, towns, and villages. Humanity had passed one of the greatest tests in its history. Later that night, Aaron stood on a balcony overlooking the city. The sky was dark and calm. Lights twinkled below like stars. Lisa joined him quietly. We did it, she said. Aaron nodded. No, we all did it, everyone on Earth. Everyone who worked, who hoped, who refused to give up. That is why we succeeded. Lisa smiled, thought humans were weak. Aaron looked at the stars. He saw the truth. Humans are strong in ways he never understood. Lisa asked, do you think others in the galaxy will hear about this? Aaron laughed softly. Oh yes, and they will learn the same lesson. He looked out at the night sky. Humanity is not weak. The stars shimmered quietly. We are stronger than anyone ever believed.